You can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner that she chooses.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is an amazing video, an interesting video as always, and the conversation this video has brought, hey, you guys know I love bringing videos that brings amazing insights and conversation. That's what this video is. So this video is a video of a sister who came online to talk about loving yourself. The way you love yourself reflects on the type of partner that you choose. And this video has gotten a lot of people talking, has got me thinking, has got me sharing. And I want you guys to see this video so that we can get into this conversation. But before we get into this video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what did I do to you? What did I do to you? Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, okay? Please, we post video every day, 2 videos every day, okay? So go ahead and subscribe. All right, so with that all said, guys, let's go check out what this sister have to say. Then we'll come back and talk more.
I saw this TikTok once and I think about it all the time. It said, you can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner that she chooses. Okay, did you hear that? Do you need me to say it again? You can tell how much a woman loves herself by seeing the partner that she chooses.
100%.
And that shit is so accurate and so telling. I can't even.
Let me know if you agree with that statement. Let me know if you agree with that statement. This video has tracked the conversation for women, talking about if this is true, if they agree with it, and also sharing their story. I have so much to say, and I know you have a lot to say about this conversation. So let's go here, check out what women have to say, what other women have to say. Then I'll come back and share more of my thought, but I want to know your own thought down in the comment section as always. So but let's go check out people's thoughts on this conversation.
The girl who said you can tell how much a woman loves themselves by who they choose as a partner. That explains a lot of my history.
So, a woman on here said you can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner she chooses, and she ate that. I give her 10s. I truly believe that neglect, whatever that people accept from a man in a relationship, is directly correlated to low self-esteem. That's why in one of my other videos, I made a video called like growing up as the ugly girl, and I said if you're in a stage in your life where you're trying to rebuild your confidence back up, you're trying to rebuild your self-worth up, don't date until it's built up. Yeah. Whenever people complain about being single, everybody's response is like love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And it's not because self-love can overtake the love of a partner, the love of a man. It's because when you love yourself, that is the only way you're going to be able to walk away from BS. I always tell you guys stories about my crazy ex all up and down this page. Like, you guys can find it. The only thing that allowed me to walk away from that relationship is I generally sat down and I was like, hey, I'm actually too good to be treated like this. Yeah, I generally believe that in my heart. And when you genuinely believe that in my heart, when you genuinely believe that in your heart, it doesn't matter how long y'all been together, what y'all been through, how you feel about them. You're able to walk away because you know that you deserve better than what you're getting. If you know that you're a Tesla, why would you let somebody buy you for $2,000 when you know the worth of a Tesla and somebody is coming and they're trying to only bring $2,000? When you know your value and you know your worth, you don't let people come and sell yourself for cheap. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep that in mind as we, are on our dating endeavors.
You can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner that she chooses.
My husband's an amazing man and I love him to pieces, but the person I hate most in the world is myself.
Why?
You can tell how much a woman loves themselves by who they choose as a partner.
This is why when people are in unhappy relationships, they have the most elaborate PR campaign to convince us that they are happy. It's because we can tell that they aren't, and they know that we can tell that they aren't.
You can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner that she chooses.
Absolutely. I think it's one of the reasons also that as we grow up, we also grow out of relationships. It's so easy when you're in your early 20s to saddle yourself to a partner who, if you were in a relationship long enough, you might accidentally marry. when you spend enough time getting to know yourself and love yourself, you outgrow those relationships. 100% correct. You can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner she chooses.
To the girl who said you can tell how much a woman loves themselves by who they choose as a partner.
And that's because the partners that you have in your life are directly proportionate to what you're willing to allow. If you keep seeing that the partners you're having are emotionally unavailable, they're super avoidant, they don't want to commit to you, then we need to stop blaming everybody else and saying, oh, nobody just wants to commit to me, and start looking at, well, wait a minute, how am I showing up? Because if I'm showing up with confidence, if I'm showing up the way that I want a partner to show up for me, then that means I'm being honest, transparent, vulnerable. I'm using active listening. I'm really taking part in this date so I can assess if this is somebody I even want to take seriously. And I'm not focused on, are they choosing me? I'm focused on, am I choosing them? And the more bullshit that you allow, then that just shows us how you see yourself. Because if you don't genuinely believe that you are worthy, deserving, good enough, then you're just going to keep allowing breadcrumbs and as opposed to demanding the best, which is what you actually deserve. But if you don't believe that, then you're not going to be demanding that. So we got to take stock. If you are seeing all of your experiences are not aligning with what it is that you say that you want, then we need to start to see the disconnect. What it is that you want versus what it is that you're getting. And start to assess any patterns and things that you can take accountability for, and that ways that you can show up differently. Because remember, we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves.
To the girl who said you can tell how much a woman loves themselves by who they choose as a partner.
I agree with this, but I think there is another layer to it. Like, yes, your partner who you choose might show how much you love yourself, but also how much you love yourself can really be seen by how loved you were as a child by your parents. I've been with my husband for 3 years now in terms of marriage, and he's still so obsessed with me, and I couldn't settle for less. If you don't know who my parents are, they're just the most wonderful people. They weren't perfect parents, but they did provide a lot of security and love and stability. And that really just instilled an unshakable self-esteem like pillar in me. And so when I was looking for men, I needed to make sure they are going to love me at the bar that they set. So through transitive property, I feel like the person's partner, whoever they choose to be their partner, says a lot about how much they love themselves, but it also says a lot about how much they've received love as a child.
I agree.
2 cents for the day.
You can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner that she chooses.
You can tell how a woman was loved and cared for growing up by the partners that she chooses. Many of us experience our relationships with our parents or caregivers or families, and if that becomes your normal, then when you are with partners when you grow up who are or violent, it doesn't seem that bad because you're used to it. So when you call them names, when you shame them, you are teaching them that love can coexist in the same relationship. And so when they grow up, they will be in relationships they think are loving but are actually.
You can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner that she chooses.
This is ridiculously true, evidenced by my dating history to where I am now. In my early 20s, I wanted to be adored and seen for who I was. However, I was very willing to bend who I was to please others. I was still struggling a lot with people pleasing and not speaking up for myself, not being true to myself. And the person that I dated for several years reflected that very much. Was very love bombed in the beginning, saying all the right things, etc., right? Then turned out he was absolutely a narcissistic, pathological liar. And I wish that I could tell you that once I realized that, I walked away, but I didn't. I let him treat me that way because, not on a conscious level, but I did feel like that's what I not necessarily deserved, but needed to accept. Like, this is the way it was for me, that it was okay. This was acceptable. Yeah. There are so many things that I could say that I'm so embarrassed to say that I put up with and that I accepted, but it really all was truly a reflection of what I felt was okay and what I deserved at the time, what my self-worth was. After many years of healing, therapy, self-reflection, growth of my confidence, and all of that stuff, I am now married to a man with so much integrity, a very kind heart, probably the kindest heart of anybody that I've met, who genuinely just tries hard all the time in our relationship, at all things that he does. He treats me like not just an equal partner, but just with genuine care. He says that I'm beautiful even when I look like this right now. And also I have a chronic condition, well, I have two, but one of them being endometriosis, which is a condition. It changes your life in so many ways. And the way he has cared for me through all of that is something that I don't think years ago I would have thought was even possible. And honestly, when I look around at the people that I know and partners that they've chosen for themselves, I really do believe that you do accept the love that you think that you deserve.
You can tell how much a woman loves herself by the partner that she chooses.
This message sounds good on the surface. However, I feel that it oversimplifies how complex relationships and we as individuals actually are, and the things that contribute to the partners that we choose. So to anybody that is hearing this message and is feeling down about themselves, or feeling like, oh, well, I just need to love myself more and maybe I could have a great partner, this message is for you. Who you choose as a partner will never be a quantifier for how much or how little you love yourself. However, what does influence the type of partners we choose for ourselves and the way we view ourselves is our parents, the relationship they had with each other, and the relationship that they had with us. The relationship that we've seen within our parents, oftentimes we find partners, consciously or subconsciously, that mirror their relationship. Whether that's healthy or unhealthy for us depends. And also, the way that we receive love and the way that we feel about ourselves is greatly influenced by the way our parents treated us. So our parents' relationship serves as a blueprint for the types of partners we choose, and our parents' relationships with us serves as a blueprint for how we view ourselves. And that's just one thing that contributes to the type of partner we will have. That has nothing to do with how much we love ourselves. Another thing that contributes is religious values. Oftentimes within that religious framework, women are taught to be submissive to a man, to put themselves last, to put up with everything that they put them through, because, you know, that's your husband and you need to stick it out. Also, we're not taking into consideration certain cultural beliefs or norms that might influence the type of partner that we choose. And we're also not taking into consideration unhealthy relationships where women get into those relationships, and it doesn't mean that they didn't love themselves. No, they loved themselves and they thought they were finding a healthy partner, and then, you know, that person's mask came down and they revealed themselves to them. So when you say stuff like that, it almost sounds like victim blaming and shaming and making women take a lot of accountability for somebody else's actions towards them. And it's like, oh, this person's not treating you good because of you. Like, you're with this horrible person because you just need to love yourself better. Like, that's how it sounds to me, whether that's the intention or not. We have to think about the bigger picture, and we have to think deeper than just like surface level. We have to dig deep into what causes women in particular to end up in relationships with men that don't necessarily treat them right or are not healthy for them. And let me give you like a little example. How many of us have had work positions which we were unhappy, where we were mistreated, where we were not valued, where we deserved better pay, right? Where we weren't being respected in the way that we should have, and we stayed. Did we stay because we didn't love ourselves enough? No, we stayed probably because we didn't have education to access higher paying jobs. Maybe we didn't have connections to get those different jobs. Maybe because of the economy, there wasn't really any hiring. Maybe you have a family to provide for and you just can't leave a job, right? So when you think about that same concept, but apply it to something else, it doesn't make sense to say that a woman's partner is a direct reflection of how much or how little she loves herself, and not address all the other things that contribute to the type of partner that she chooses. So to all my women that heard that message, please don't feel down about yourself or feel like you just need to love yourself more and you will find the perfect partner. There's a lot of things that need to occur in order for you to find that person, but it has nothing to do with how much you love yourself.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always. And do you agree the way you love yourself reflects on the type of partner you choose? Love to know your thought down in the comment section. So here's my own thought on this is the fact that I agree with her, but I agree with the last sister that spoke and kind of broke it down. This is something that if you've been watching this channel, you know this is something I always talk about. Yes, the way you love yourself reflects the partner you choose and even the people around you. The way you value yourself reflects that. And for you to love yourself, for you to get to that place where you love yourself, you have to know yourself. And for you to know yourself, you have to heal your trauma. You see where I'm getting to? So it all starts off from you starting to start doing the work mentally for you to heal your trauma, your childhood trauma, your triggers, knowing. And once you start healing those things, you now start knowing who you are. And once you know who you are, the way your confidence level goes to a different level. Once you know who you are, you now know what you are, who you are, what you want, and how you want it, and how you want to be treated. So you now know how to set steady boundaries. You now know how to stand 10 toes on business. You now know how to spot out red flags because now you know you're not trying to people please and all that. And I feel like the relationship and coming back to the relationship with family, with your parents, actually, yes, because usually the relationship you have with your family, the family you're born into, how you were raised, your environment, how you were treated as a child, is what sets up the trauma. So you have to deal with those trauma for you to now get to that part where you now know yourself, love yourself, and now know what you want. So it all stems from what our gospel here on this channel. Heal your trauma. Heal your childhood trauma to help you know who you are. And if you don't do those things, it boils down to the type of partner you end up picking. It will reflect on it because then you allow things to fly, you're not confrontational, you don't know how to set boundaries, you just want to be with people because you want to be with people because you're scared of being alone. Let me tell you guys something. This is just I'm really embarrassed to say it, but I'm sure it is you guys, okay? And I know when you watch to the end, that means you're an OG or one of us. So people that watch to the end, they know, you guys know my story. So yeah. So growing up, I was that child that I felt a little bit neglected. So I'm a very clingy girlfriend or clingy partner. And that's one of my biggest fear was being alone, doing things alone and all that. And it took a long time. I knew that was, and I feel growing up, I knew I was a different person because I usually go into my thoughts and talk to myself and I be able to identify my problem. But because of the society I'm raised, that mental health and therapy is not something that's common or people even frown at it, I wasn't able to process it. But I know I was able to identify as a young girl that was something because I felt neglected and not being paying attention to at home. When I am with a man that pays me attention, I love it. And that's one thing my husband does. Attention, I get it. And that was it. But eventually, after knowing myself, I now start realizing things and I started working on myself. And now I can say, does it still scare me to do things by myself? Yes. Do I do it? Yes, because now I know who I am, what I am, and I set boundaries. And I think also because as the first daughter, I was the mother. I was taking care of everybody. I wanted somebody to take care of me. And those also reflect on the type of partner I'll pick because I want somebody that will take care of me because I don't want to take care of somebody. And it will all trickle down to that. So that's my only thing. For me, that was me. And now I'm doing things by myself. I'm traveling by myself. Going out by myself, having dinner by myself, and I love it. But that was not me. I always want to go with my partner, my friend. I was very, very clingy. I was a clingy friend and all that. But now, no. Okay? And you get what I'm saying? So it always goes back to your childhood. And this is why I always talk about people should be intentional about having children and know when they want to and why they want to have children. Because when you don't heal this trauma, you end up passing on trauma and even creating more trauma for your children. That also reflects the way they go out in the world and pick partners out there. But yeah, I really love this conversation and I love where it is. And let me know your own thought down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go ahead and share this video Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see. And that will be you supporting this channel and this girl, yeah. With that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.